What's the creepiest thing you've seen the quiet kid do? I was in chemistry when I saw Jake pull something from his backpack that made my blood run cold. A small black journal, and on the cover, scratched deep into the leather, were the words, "They'll pay." Jake was the kid who never spoke. Not shy quiet, but dead silent. 3 years in the same school, and I'd never heard his voice. Kids would bump into him, knock his books down, and he'd just pick them up and walk away. But this journal, I watched him write in it every day. During lunch, between classes, even during tests. His hand would move fast, like he was angry, filling page after page, and whenever someone walked by, he'd slam it shut and glare until they left. Last Tuesday, Jake forgot his journal in the bathroom. I was washing my hands when I saw it on the sink. I shouldn't have looked, but something about those scratched words made me open it. The first page was a list of names, 23 names with dates next to them, some crossed out, and at the bottom of the page, in huge letters, "The day comes soon." My hands were shaking as I flipped through, page after page of detailed drawings, our school layout, teachers' schedules, even cafeteria seating charts with certain tables circled in red ink. But then I saw something that made me freeze. Tucked between the pages, a folded piece of paper. I opened it, and it was a printout of our school's emergency evacuation plan, with notes, specific times, routes marked with arrows. I heard footsteps and quickly put everything back. When Jake walked in, he looked at me, then at the journal, and something in his eyes. I've never been so scared in my life. The next morning, Jake didn't come to school. His empty desk felt like a warning. By third period, I couldn't take it anymore. I went to the office and told them everything. They found Jake's locker and brought him to the principal's office. I was called down, too. I waited outside, listening to muffled voices, expecting the worst. When the door opened, Jake walked out, but something was different. He was crying. The principal asked me to come in and explain what I saw. "Show him," the principal said to Jake. Jake opened his journal to a page I hadn't seen. At the top, in careful handwriting, "People who made me feel like I exist." Every name on that list, times someone said, "Thank you," held a door, or smiled at him. The crossed out ones were people who graduated. The emergency plan? Jake had severe social anxiety and was working with the counselor on an escape route for panic attacks. The drawings were maps to help him find quiet spaces when overwhelmed. The day comes soon was the day he planned to thank everyone on his list, in person, with small gifts he'd been making in art class. I felt like the worst person alive. The principal made us talk it out, and Jake actually spoke for the first time. His voice was quiet, but steady. He said he understood why I was worried, but it hurt to know that's what people thought of him. We ended up talking for an hour. Turns out Jake was brilliant, loved science fiction, and had been too scared to speak because he stuttered when nervous. The journal was therapy homework, documenting positive interactions to combat his anxiety. Last week, Jake sat with me at lunch. He still doesn't talk much, but he doesn't have to. Sometimes I catch him smiling at his journal, adding new names. I learned that sometimes the scariest thing about the quiet kid isn't what they're planning, it's what we're assuming.